Your morning starts now. It's the Q102 Jeff and Jenn podcast brought to you by CVG Airport. Fly healthy through CVG. For more information, go to CVG Airport /fly healthy.
So Jonathan is looking for a second date update with a woman named Brenda. Hey, Jonathan, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. Let's start from the beginning. How did you meet Brenda, and how did that first date go?
Oh, well, I met Brenda on Tinder, actually, and we met up twice. The first time was just a super quick drink, super cash. She had something going on for work later that night. I don't know, she had to prep for a meeting, which may or may not have been true, but I get that, you know, if she lied about that.
Why would you say that?
I don't know, if you do this Tinder thing long enough, and I know I have, and you get to meet some real freaks, I guess you could say. So she may have just been vetting me, and that's cool. So we met for almost an hour, and she was great, and some good chemistry there, and we made plans to get together the next night even, like within 15 minutes. So so far so good, right? So it was obvious pretty quickly that there was potential for something. I'm not sure what, but there was definitely a good vibe going on. So we get together the next night for dinner, and we plowed through a lot of wine, quite a bit, and then we ended up back at my place. So we had a drunken good time. Yeah, she left the next morning after giving me a hug, and I asked her, you know, if I could call her later, and she said, sure. So I've been calling her and texting her, and she's just not getting back to me. I mean, this is how I use Tinder, right? I'm looking for a good time. If I have a good time, that's great. And I always go in with eyes wide open to the possibility that, you know, maybe there could be more there. I have two friends, actually, who met their wives on Tinder, so I don't rule anything out.
Wow, really?
So, yeah, absolutely.
That's
and
great.
I thought, yeah, and there was definitely, as I said, there's definitely a strong chemistry, and I really thought we could make something out of it. And now it's just kind of ghosting me, and I'm just curious as to what happened.
Well, that all sounds really good. So you meet on Tinder, like your buddies did, who have met these women and are now married after meeting them on Tinder. And so you think she kept that first date short just so she'd have some kind of escape hatch, or do you think she, you know, really, or do you think she was meeting somebody else, or do you really think it was a work thing?
Either way, to be honest, like even if she was meeting someone else, that's kind of how it works with Tinder. You know what I mean? You just it might sound bad, but you know it's kind of a numbers game. So you know, just hope to meet that one person that you click with. So that's what she was doing.
So you understood that, and you were accepting of that if that was indeed the case. But regardless, you made plans for a second date within the first 15 minutes of your first date, which she kept. Great dinner, wine flowing. She stays at your place. Next morning, everything seems fine. You said, can I call you sometime? She said, sure. And that felt genuine to you?
Well, to be honest, sure. I was kind of hoping for a bit more enthusiasm. You know, like a hug and a sure isn't the best. Yeah. But who knows, right? But then I was trying to call her, and I didn't want to come on too strong and send too many texts. I just wanted to give her some time, but just to not get any response. Right. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, Jonathan, we're going to take a break right here. I'll put you on hold. Rich will get the phone number from you, and when we come back, we will call Brenda and see what she really thought of you and her two encounters with you, especially that last one, and why she hasn't been returning your phone calls and texts. Coming up next with Jeff and Jenn here at Cincinnati's Q. Well, Jonathan likes Tinder. He's been on Tinder for a bit. He understands how it works. He's got two buddies that have met women and actually ended up marrying women that they met on Tinder.
Yeah, so you just never know.
You just never know. And he met Brenda on Tinder, and after a short back and forth, they got together twice. The first time was for a quick drink that lasted only an hour. She claimed she had a work thing to get to afterward, and he was fine with that. But they did get together for a second date. This time they had dinner. The wine was flowing. Excellent chemistry. They went back to his place. She spent the night. And as she was leaving the next morning, he said there was a hug. He said, "Can I call you?" She said, "Sure." And she has not returned or responded to any of his texts or phone calls. So this is where we are, guys. Kind of hoping she'd be a little more enthusiastic when you asked her if you could call her sometime. So did you sense then that maybe something was amiss, or did you not give it a lot of thought in the moment?
In the moment, I didn't want to
read too much into it.
Read too much into it. Yeah, I just kind of let it slide, and since then, I'm kind of hoping to know how she felt about things, because it was a great night.
At least as far as you were concerned.
Yeah, you had a good time, and you're pretty sure she did.
I felt pretty confident. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's what Second Date Update is all about. So we're going to call her up, and let's just see what she says. If you're willing to put yourself out there, we're willing to make the call.
I'm ready.
All right, let's do this.
Hello.
Hi, Brenda.
Hi.
Hey, it's Jeff and Jenn at Q102. How are you?
What?
We're all here. Say hi, Tim.
Hey, good morning.
Hi.
No way.
You got a
Are you
minute?
guys calling me? Yeah. Are you guys calling me for a second date update?
You sound excited.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I mean, both, I guess. Like, I'm excited you guys called, but I've been so conflicted with this one guy. I'm hoping you guys, I don't know.
Oh, well, I don't know. I don't know how many guys you're dating, or even if we have the same guy or the right guy. But
Okay.
we're calling about Jonathan, who you've met twice, I believe.
Yeah.
Same
him.
guy?
That's the one?
That's the guy.
All right.
Okay. Do you want to know what Jonathan said to us about you real quick?
Yeah, what did he say?
I'll give you the Cliff Notes version. He said he got together twice. He said he thought you guys had great chemistry. And he said that the second time you guys got together, he was convinced that there was enough chemistry that he'd like to see you a third time. And you said it was cool for him to call you. And then when he did, you haven't responded. So has something changed? Have you met someone? Did he do something that rubbed you the wrong way? What happened there?
Okay, well, I initially, I kind of liked him. We had a good time. It wasn't spectacular, but I would have totally given him a rose if we were on a date, kind of thing.
Yeah.
If it was a thing, if it was a bachelorette thing.
Yeah, it was that kind of good. But here's what's weird. I woke up the next morning, and I don't even know how to say this, but he was naked from the waist down and was wearing just a Go-Go's t-shirt, the one with the picture of the whole band, and Belinda Carlisle, she's standing in the front with this huge smile on her face. And not only that, but the shirt was just 2 sizes too small kind of thing. And I don't know, I just didn't know how to process it at the time. And it was strange on a few different levels. It was why was it so small, and why in the world would a grown man in 2019 be wearing a Go-Go shirt? I didn't know what to do.
And no
weird.
pants.
No pants.
Naked from the waist down.
Yeah.
Because you see
It
the
was a
flip
lot.
side all the time. You see men in goofy boxer shorts maybe, and then shirtless.
Yeah.
Right.
But this is a twist.
Not a skimpy little t-shirt. And
Right.
And
no panties on.
Right. Okay.
yeah, what do you do with that in the morning? You just go,
I don't know.
That's a lot to take in. What is going on?
I love these retro vintage shirts, though.
Yeah.
And I dig
they
the
have to
Go-Go,
fit.
so I don't know what that says about me.
I'm sure yours fits.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but let's ask Jonathan. What's up with the Go-Go's t-shirt, Jonathan?
You got
no
the beats?
judgment. We just want to know
Listen.
what the passion level is there.
Well, okay, now I got to defend myself for sure. The no boxers underwear thing, I think that's self-explanatory. I don't want to have to fill in the blanks there, but
It's a personal preference.
yeah, well, I mean, I probably should have explained the night of or the morning of. I have this weird sensory thing when I sleep, okay? I can't stand the feeling of air on my chest when I sleep. It just drives me nuts. And also, I can't stand loose material getting all twisted up in the bed. So I figured out, the best thing for me is just these old, soft, tight T-shirts. So
Okay.
every few months, I just go to Goodwill and I find a bunch of old T-shirts to sleep in. I saw the Go-Go shirt, and I thought it was hilarious. So, and they're awesome, right? They got the feet and all that.
It's true.
I paid a quarter for it, and it's been one of my favorites.
You got that T-shirt for a quarter? That's awesome.
Right? That's a good deal. So, I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I also got a Barney the Dinosaur and Golden Girls shirts, so...
You have a collection.
I have I'm a bit of a collector, yeah.
Well, Jonathan, I gotta compliment you on this because you and I are not that different. I have an old, super old, faded Roadrunner T-shirt, and you can barely even make out that it's a Roadrunner anymore.
Yeah.
The cartoon character.
Yeah.
The whole reason I keep it is because, like you said, I kind of have a sensory thing too, where it's super ridiculously soft. That even those so-called vintage T-shirts that you buy that claim to be super soft aren't even that soft.
Aren't even close.
Compared to this.
So you get it.
Well, I think you have to take a picture in it, Jeff.
Yeah, I'd like to see.
And I'll tell you, it's not super tight. Like, I like mine loose. I like mine big, oversized, like too big for me.
You want your shirt to hug you.
So I'm not alone, so at least I feel good to know. It's I've never slept better, and I know it's kind of a quirky thing, but...
Linda Carlisle sleeping on your chest.
Yeah.
Love it.
Right.
Makes sense.
Hopefully we can get past that. I don't know.
I don't know, Brenda. Can we get past that now that you've heard his explanation and the fact that he's not that different than some of us?
I mean, I guess now it makes sense. It was just a little weird, but I don't know. I guess we all have something, right? I mean...
Would it have made a difference? What if he was wearing boxer shorts with that Go-Go's T-shirt? Would that have made a difference? Would that have helped
a little bit?
Yes, I think so. It was a little jarring to not have anything, but I don't know.
That is kind of a funny look when you get a super, like, too small, tight T-shirt and nothing underneath.
But, like, is that the most out there thing you do? Like, is that it?
Oh, good question, Brenda. Good question.
Or is it the tip of the iceberg?
I don't know. Maybe. I know. I like to eat sardine and ketchup sandwiches. Is that weird?
Yeah, that's just gross. I mean, I could live with that as long as you don't eat that in front of me.
Eat that in front of you or kiss you right after?
Yes.
Yeah.
That too.
Well, I can agree to those terms. That seems fair to me.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys. We would love to set up a second or a third date, I guess. In this case, we'll send you out. It'll be on us, and you guys can get to know each other even better.
Well, that's awesome, and maybe we can go shopping for old T-shirts or something. So.
You guys need to, you make a trip to the Goodwill store as part of that excursion.
Perfect.
That would be funny.
All right, great. So you're both down. Brenda, we're going to hang up with you, and we'll set this up with Jonathan. You'll be hearing from him soon. And thank you so much for coming on Second Date Update, Brenda.
Thank you, guys. I was so excited. Thank
cool.
you.
Well, we're excited, too. And stay in touch with us. We'd love to, hear how things turn out. And Jonathan, I'm going to put you on hold. Thanks again for coming on Second Date Update.
Awesome, guys. Thanks.
Thank you guys.
Thanks for listening to the Q102 Jeff and Jen Morning Show podcast, brought to you by CVG Airport. Fly healthy through CVG. For more information, go to CVG Airport /fly healthy.